hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington football team and the Detroit Lions. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. A first down throw for Prescott. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 yards.
For Golladay, you take a... Look at the numbers from last week. 10 catches, 101 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman. Trying to block him.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. The only twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Raheem Mostert, an 80-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story, from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling on, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Returnable for Lockett. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but now a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now left side on the swing pass. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Brady again. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And is that Gronkowski the one slow to get up? Yes, Gronk still down right now. We'll check on his status when we get back. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Brady's throw there complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Into the red zone, it's Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Greg Olsen, his second touchdown on the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will... not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, now Brady. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
To throw on 3rd down, Brady airing it out for Olsen. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down, Prescott. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, it's Brady. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Not much there, only a yard. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Conner. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
He's tackled at the 30.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
3rd and 1.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
He's going to look deep down the field, and that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now throwing on first down and completing it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by James Bradbury. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Play action. Now it's Brady. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So we've come to halftime after. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Jackson now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard.
So here is Washington now to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now a play fake, Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And the tight end Olsen, right side. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They do go for it. It's Brady. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Here's Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Back at the 32.
To throw, it's Brady. Forced out to his left. This one brought in by Jefferson. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it? And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, he'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now it's Lockett. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
The tackle made by...
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Washington.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Washington.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Brady. And caught left side, Olsen. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the Lions' 8-yard line.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
Josh Lambo.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Being chased out left. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here. And now this happened. It's another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. A carry there for Mostert as he's able to work his way forward for a pretty good pickup on first down. Officially a gain of 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Shotgun now for Brady. Then he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Prescott from the gun. That's complete to his running back, Connor. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
To the air again, Prescott. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Eric Harris who picks it.
Prescott's pass intercepted by Washington. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. Man open left side is Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert.